Hey, welcome to GameLayer,
Alive.
where we explore the science of play and the quest of learning.
A grand finale for Season 1 of
GameLayer.
GameLayer, which uses a card game, the series of path cards, that recorded short, high-signal interviews on-site at GamerCon in NOLA, New Orleans, Louisiana. The compact series, daily micro-episodes.
I'd like to move to the domain of play.
All right, I cornered another guest walking down the hall. Would you like to introduce yourself?
You bet. I'm Sherry Prindle. I've been in the training world for 25 years. I've delivered over 5,000 presentations on hundreds of topics for every industry you can imagine. I also certify life and executive coaches.
So Sherry picked the Mystic Path as well as building and design. So that's what we're going to talk about. Where does your mind go when I ask you what part of your design feels like a daily practice or a ritual, a small habit that keeps your work honest?
So, I feel like if I already delivered a program, then I don't ever want to deliver that same program again. And they're never the same, obviously, because of the audience, et cetera. But I don't even want the content to be the same. So one of my rituals is I always look, just like do a search and see what new topics are coming in on that. Like what's an article I haven't read on that? What's a different place to look at that? And then also my learner. So I am one that travels around and trains for all different organizations. I'm not working within one organization. So looking within each individual organization and really asking, how does this apply to them? And it feels like it brings it to life.
So can you name one daily move that someone could try next week to get into that workflow or into that ritual or into that mindset? How can we make this actionable or tactile?
So I am really big on, and I have a process that I'm about to speak about, but kind of coming way up and looking at the bigger picture, right?
Okay.
And so the bigger picture involves the content. So you've got a topic, and a lot of the time we get focused just on the topic. So let's even just look at that. So you've got a topic, and then that can be broken down into other pieces. And we've got a human over here. And so you've got adult learning, but you've also got their objections and biases and beliefs about the topic. And then we've got the sponsor, whomever we're delivering it for, right? And so the idea is that content is never content by itself. It's always content that has to be done for a purpose and has to be digested by a learner. So that one thing that you can do immediately is to go like this. Okay, wait. So in order for me to be able, it's backward engineering. In order for me to be able to get this final result, what are the steps that I need to take to get there? But now let's add, what are the objections and the beliefs and the biases that are going to form barriers on the way? So it's almost like we're in this big maze or a castle, and there's these different doorways you have to go through. So where those doorways are, that would be the biases, the barriers, the lack of confidence or the lack of knowledge. That's where you have to put in a game. That's where you have to put in an engagement to be able to have people up level.
So it's about that context, right? It's people in an environment. So who are the people and where are they, right?
Right. And so the content doesn't live in the air. It lives in the maze, the castle.
Sounds like a labyrinth too.
Yeah. Except for, I like the whole idea, because with the labyrinth, the whole idea that there was a door there. Wait, where did it go? Like, how do we make the doorway disappear? How do we make it so that the maze, I don't necessarily have to go through it this way. I can, through this activity, take the shortcut.
And what's one small ritual that a team could use to implement that idea or that castle process that you're talking about? Just a small thing, doesn't have to be the whole picture.
So one of my favorite things to do with the team is actually have them go through a module in the program. So now it's not, okay, I have this content, and think about it as a development team, as a training team, you're busy thinking about how you can facilitate the content. I would invite, as a team, how often do you take on the role of the learner and say, why don't we take a module of this and go through it as the learner and see, how did I feel? What but thought processes came into my mind, and that sense of being on their level.
So the learner's perspective. All right. Is there anything that I should have asked or anything that I didn't ask that you wish I would have asked?
So when I think about it being a mystic path, I truly do. I love that you use this word mystic and this path, because learning is not about the content. It is about this mystical thing that is humanity, where if I do want to get from here to over here, there's all kinds of things that have to happen, but I can't anticipate what they are. As the person living the life, or as the facilitator who's trying to help get me there. We can't anticipate what those are.
Yeah.
But what we can do is we can say, well, wait a minute, this is what you might have to know to be able to do that. Here's what we might have to overcome to be able to do that. And those components form that path.
I love it. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to share your thoughts. Thank you. Have a good one.
Thank you so much for joining me for this episode of GameLayer
Alive.
This is David Colmer reminding you to stay present and never postpone joy. You can find transcripts of the show at gamelayer.fm. GAMELAYER.fm. Theme music by Caleb Willits. Thanks for listening. Now go, play.
I play chess.
I play Scrabble.
I play fauteuil.
I play everything.
Hide and seek with my kids.
I play the piano.
I play board games.
I play guitar.
I smash it on the pitch.
I play chess.
I play Othello.
I play all the Marios.
I play Success Strategist.
I play Street Fighter.
Final Fantasy.
I play games of my own invention. Games of my own invention. Games of my own invention. Games of my own invention.
There are many ways to play. Going for a walk together, doing nothing together is also playing. Anything that can cultivate your feeling of joy, relaxation, where you feel more recharged after doing that thing, and I think you can consider as something that we play with. I'd like to move to the domain of play